All right, it is early Sunday evening, September 8th, wrapping up my weekend, and what a great weekend it was. Yesterday, I got up early and I headed up onto Minnesota's north shore of Lake Superior. Spent the day on the Superior hiking trail, hiked up the steep side of Carlton Peak, which is a Summits on the Air summit. Did that for my 46 climbs hike, so that was a success for me. It was a great time, great weather. I'll have a video out as soon as I get around to editing it, hopefully this week. Uh, amazing time on the trail. Perfect weather. Played radio on a great view. Made 8 contacts. So I got the Summits on the Air activation. That summit is in a twofer park. It's in the Superior National Forest and Temperance River State Park for Minnesota. So I got 2 failed activations for Parks on the Air. And in my opinion, there's no such thing as a failure when you do an on the air activation, whether it's Summits on the Air, Parks on the Air, whatever. Some people get wrapped around the axles on that to the point where they don't even want to try because they're afraid they're going to get a failure. And then the other extreme, there's people who just boast that they've never gotten a failure. But a lot of those folks never put themselves in the opportunity to get a failure. You know, they kind of stack the deck where they always go to the same park, where they know they got self-service and internet and they can post themselves and they bring 100 watts. A lot of them don't do QRP, or when they do, they make sure the band conditions are good. All that stuff, don't worry about it. Especially those who are getting started and you're worried about failing. You're not going to fail. It's not a failure. You didn't activate it, but it's not a failure. You went out, you tried, you had fun, you had a day or an afternoon in the park. That's not failing. That's learning. That's having fun. So get that notion of failure out of your head. Only way you fail is if you hurt somebody or do something silly. So you're not failing. My case, you know, I had a pretty difficult hike for my current physical condition, and being I had to drive a little over 3 hours each way, I'm time constricted. So I only had a window of time to be on the summit and be able to get off the trail safely and drive home and not come home in the middle of the night, that kind of stuff. So when my time was up, I was up. Band conditions weren't ideal. I was QRP. I got 8 contacts. I could have stayed for a while longer and squeaked out 2 more maybe, but I had fun. I can't say enough. When I get the video together, you'll see it was just such a great time. And not having 2 more contacts did not take anything away from it. So, especially if you're new, trying to get into Parks on the Air or Summits on the Air, and you're having people who boast that, you know, they've never failed and they're bragging about it. It's a weird thing to brag about, but hey, that's their deal, not your deal. Go out and have fun. But the main point of these vlogs is to keep me motivated and focused on some of my goals. And right now, I'm all on CW. As I said in the last vlog, I fell off the wagon for a while. Summer got in the way. Busy work schedule, busy life schedule, all that stuff that happens. I'm making time now. The biggest thing I've done is when I go into the office for work, I always go for a walk at my lunchtime. Now I got the earbuds in and I'm listening to the CW Ninja podcasts. I picked up where I left off a few months ago, and to my surprise, I retained a vast majority of what I thought was lost to the ether. um, I recognize a lot of the characters, and I'm still building on that. I'm getting to the point now where, oh geez, I bet you I'm 3/4 of the time, and it varies. You know, some sessions I'm 50/50, some sessions I'm like 80%. I'm making a point to do that at least once a day. Every day I try to get in 3 miles for walking, so the earbuds are in every day now. I haven't gotten back onto the Long Island CW Club classes due to scheduling conflicts, but that's changing very, very soon. I got a few things to square away, but I've also been setting aside some time in the morning to practice with the online practice things. So my copy is getting there. I think I'm at the point now that within a week or two, we'll see on these vlogs, won't we? But in a few weeks, I'm going to be able to make a contact, hunting parks on the air, summits on the air. That's what I'm doing now, or what I plan to do. Ease my way into it, simply because parks on the air, summits on the air, there's pretty much always somebody doing it, and they follow a pretty standard, somewhat standard format, so it'd be easy for me to follow, and I'll just follow along. That's where I'm at with that. Thank you all for all your encouragement on that. And we're keeping going. My other goal for, that I was strong on is to do at least 12 SOTAs this year. I, again, took the summer off on that as well, but I'm going to be getting back into that now that I'm into my hiking and backpacking season. So more on that. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm getting to the point where it isn't that aha moment and the lights are on and I got it of CW, but they're starting to flicker a little bit. So I'm getting excited about that. So for others that are with me on this journey to learn CW and you're struggling, you hit those plateaus and you back off, you don't do it for a week or a month or 3 or whatever, just keep trying, bud. You can do it. All right, catch you later.